Hello everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to actually play my trading card game. And right now, Tabletop Sim is kind of the only way to play it. It's because I didn't really have any other options. Now, before anyone brings up a certain controversy involving this game, that controversy has passed. And the creators of the game have come out to say, hey, that the intention was not to be transphobic, but to keep people from saying transphobic things on global chat. Now, with that out of the way, I'll explain the server rules last, because that isn't necessary for any of you playing at home. Now, you start the game with 5 cards, 20 life points, and 2 star power. At the start of your turn, you gain 2 star power and draw 1 card, except on the first turn. So if you go first, you're just stuck with 2 SP and 5 cards. Going second, well, that's a different story. Each card has a specific number of stars on it. This is the amount of star power you need to put them on the field, then activate them. And some cards can also have additional costs to use their effects. You can play as many cards in your turn as you want, provided you have the star power for it. So, for example, let me just... wrong tab. Let me just grab my Game Master deck. Shuffle well. Whoop. Wrong button. And just, I could just put these in my hand. If I went first, the only things I could do would be summon Fell Beast or play Starlight Collection, which is probably what I would do, to be honest. So I would play Starlight Collection, putting it in the discard pile immediately. Now my next turn, I would gain 2 additional star power. Bring you. Let you spend 1, then 1, 2, and 3 to bring me up to 4. So hopefully that makes sense. Now then, you can attack your opponent directly if they have no troops on the field, except if you're going first, because, well, that just wouldn't be fair. Red cards are generally played during your opponent's turn, unless stated otherwise in their card effect. Blue cards are generally played in your main phase, unless stated otherwise. Troops are generally summoned during your main phase, unless stated otherwise. Troops are essentially this game's monster cards. These guys. There are generally 6 phases in a turn, like Yu-Gi-Oh! The draw/star phase is where you draw a card and gain a star power. Standby phase, main phase, battle phase, main phase 2, and the end phase. There is a discard pile in the zone over your deck. There are not many effects that can pull cards out of the discard pile, so it behooves you not to let it get too full if you can help it. But if you run out of cards in your deck, you auto lose on your next draw phase. So also try not to deck out. Obviously, when your life points hit 0, you lose. You may only have 7 cards in your hand at a time. If you would have more than 7 cards in your hand in your draw phase, you will skip drawing a card. You may have 40 to 60 cards in your deck, and you can, in fact, place blue and red cards face down without paying their star point cost. But you'll have to wait till you have enough star power to use them to activate them. You may only have 1 yellow card in your deck. That's basically your deck's boss monster. The first number on a troop's stat block is its attack points. The second number is defense. This works essentially just like Yu-Gi-Oh! But with way smaller numbers. You may have no more than 3 copies of a card in your deck. You cannot summon a troop face down unless you play or have a card effect that says otherwise, which there currently are none, but I digress. You can, however, summon troops in either face-up attack or defense mode. If a card makes you draw over the 7-card limit, you must play cards to go down to 7 if possible. Otherwise, you must discard the cards you drew that put you over the limit. However, there is one card, the Loton Jar of Infinity, that increases the limit to 10. And there's a reason why the jar is limited to 1 copy in your deck. Now, I'm going to put these rule cards back in their bag. Now then, time for the server's house rules. Choose one of the 3 starter decks, possibly soon to be 4. Duel other players. The winner of each duel gets 10 shop points. The loser gets 1 shop point. And you may choose to face Alzoru with with their Game Master deck. If you win, you get 20 shop points. Recommended. Keep the cards you pull from booster packs in a bag and name that bag. Save it as an object and update as needed. Excuse me a moment. Interesting, I can't change windows. Well, in that case, I'll just have to ask you, Kuga, is to trust me, and that I'm pulling a booster pack from a different window. This is a booster pack. In each pack, there are 10 cards. 4 of these is enough to make a standard deck. Let's see what I end up pulling. Alright, so, it pulled Game Master's Minion, an uncommon card that's admittedly not very good. Star Collector Pylon, the literal most common card in the entire game. Whiskey of Durability, the Waking Nightmare. That's a rare. These 2 are common. I mean, I already said that this is literally the most common card in the game right now, so. Ancient Dream Dragon is a super, that's nice. Melodic Resonance is an uncommon. Another uncommon. Another common. Another rare, and a common. Let me see how many that is in each category. 4 common, 3 uncommon, 2 rare, and 1 super. This is what a typical booster pack looks like. Now, I say typical, but not all booster packs are created equal. And this is very important to remember. Because there will be booster packs that have a better loadout than this, and boosters that have a worse loadout than this. Allow me to attempt to demonstrate by pulling another one. I randomized the packs, so this should be a completely different one. Let's see what I get this time. Ah, this actually does give a perfect demonstration. Notice, I've got 4 common cards, 3 uncommon, and 3 rare. No super in this pack. That being said, I did pull Spellbreaker. That'd be very useful again. It's basically any of the starter decks, but particularly Dreams and Nightmares. Steel Name is such a gimmick, my goodness. I do like that I managed to pull one of my own cards. That's nice. This has done a wonderful job, or at least a decent job, of showing that not all booster packs are created equal. I've made 1,000 of these packs, and I'm not exaggerating. I've literally made exactly 1,000 different booster packs. And with all of those cards currently in circulation, well, I mean, you have 1,000 booster packs, 10 cards in each pack. That's 10,000 cards in circulation. And there is one booster pack in 1,000. And that rules them all. The No Commons pack. I have yet to pull it in testing, even when I had much fewer booster packs. But it's exactly what it sounds like. A booster pack that contains every rarity of card in the game except for common. And it is the only booster pack in the game to not have a single common card in it. It cannot be understated how much of a big deal this pack is if you were to pull it. Rather, it cannot be overstated. And, oh, if you're part of my card game server, you know how to play the game, and you know what you get when you win an official match. Sign up for Season 1 competitionals, or Season 1 competitive, I guess I should say, and hope for the best. May the odds be ever in your favor.